Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's video. So, today I'm talking about trusting in the universe and a little bit about how I came to develop a deeper relationship with spirit. So, I used to be pretty skeptical of the spiritual world. I used to think things like chakras were not real. And now I'm just like the biggest witch ever. And that was definitely a process. And there's a lot of things to it, but the main thing was just having a lot of moments in my life that were like very just too crazy to be coincidental. And that really helped to develop my trust muscle in the universe. And that's actually a term from To Be Magnetic. I would definitely recommend checking out like To Be Magnetic and their teachings because it's definitely helped me a lot in my life. But yeah, so the first moment where I really had to be like, okay, yeah, there is definitely something out there that is responding to what I'm putting out. Um, it was a couple of years ago in 2016. I was going through like a friendship breakup at the time, and uh, I was reading like this book about spirituality, and I was pretty new to like that world at the time, and they were talking about like this manifestation exercise. So I thought, why not try this exercise and try attracting like a new friend that was as close as the friend that I just broken up with. So I tried the exercise, which was basically, connecting to oneness and then thinking of the thing that you're trying to call in. So I tried the exercise and then, I kind of forgot about it. I went on to, I was still in the same public square as I tried the exercise, but I moved on to doing other things. I moved on to journaling and just processing the friendship breakup. And I was intending to write this sentence. I know the friendship was super toxic, but I don't know if I'll ever find another friend like her. But I only got to finish the first part. I didn't get to finish, but I don't know if I'll ever find another friend like her because at that moment I noticed a presence in front of me, and it was like this acquaintance that I had seen like a couple of times, and we really hit it off. Like it was like kind of one of um a few instances where we got to like really chat one on one, and yeah, we really hit it off. And then we planned to hang out, and the hangout was like super magical, and it definitely like cemented like our soul friendship. And now like that friendship also was like very initiatory for me, and it ended up like kind of falling apart in a dramatic fashion, which is like a whole other story. But the fact is, like me doing the manifestation exercise and the friend showing up, it happened. There was a gap of like 10 minutes um, between the two. So after that, like I was reflecting because I didn't know at the time like it would be like a soul friendship. But as I was reflecting back on that, I was like, holy shit, like this shit is real. So, and then I just had like a lot of other moments like that in my life. If you've watched my other videos, I've talked about some of them. Like I talked about some of these things in my magic and intuition workshop. But yeah, some other things were yeah, I was in Italy traveling, and I had lost my phone, and I was like looking everywhere for it. I was asking strangers if I could borrow their cell phone to call my phone. And like when I called, it didn't work. I used payphones. I checked with the police. I retraced my steps. I looked everywhere for it, and like nothing was coming to fruition. And yeah, like at that point, I was like, I only have a couple of hours left in this city, and none of my efforts are really working. So I might as well just say fuck it and enjoy my time here. So I just decided to do that. And literally, the moment I decided to do that, I came across a phone shop where I was able to call my phone and someone had my phone for me. Like a kind stranger had found it and was keeping it for me. So, and I'm not kidding about that. Like that literally happened the moment I decided to change, to just say fuck it, just say fuck it and just have fun. Um, and like another example is like actually when COVID started, like spring of 2020, I was like I was wanting to get a job at the time. And yeah, like I was resistant to like the resume hole of doom. Like, consciously I could say like, oh, I'm procrastinating and being lazy, but I think a deeper part of me knew that it wasn't the right route. And I had like an intuitive hit to like go to the park. And so, because I was feeling so uncertain at the time, like I just focused on connecting to the earth and feeling really grounded and secure and like the earth had my back. And I was really able to get deep within this and really connect to the earth. And I definitely felt that embodied sense of like, yeah, the earth has my back and I'm okay and everything will be fine. Um, and so as I was leaving the park, I ran into a friend who gave me a job lead. So, and I got the job. So that's just like a couple of examples, but like I've just had so many of these instances where I just know that there is something out there that's responding to what I'm putting out and I can trust what that thing is, right? And so like having trust in the universe and developing a relationship with it, it's not just about like getting cool things. Um, it goes much deeper than that. Like it's very profound the way it changes your life. Um, like we're inundated with noise trying to take us away from our power and to like be small, be fearful, forget our true self-worth. And you know having a relationship with the divine and knowing that you can trust it and that it has your back no matter what is going on in your life, it really helps to cut through that crap and to stay true to yourself and to stay true to your path as well. So yeah, it's very, very profound. So, and there's a lot of things that can get in the way of developing a relationship with the divine. Most of it is just programming that we grow up with as well, that which is kind of almost the same as this trauma, um, which we all have to like varying degrees. So like I like to think of it as like you're dancing with the universe, you're a co-creator partner. So in all those instances it was like I put like an intention out there or like a want, and then I had to like let go in order for the universe to give its response. So it's really like a dance of like someone is initiating something, the other partner is responding. Stimulus, response. And those times I was initiating like, here, I want this. Other times the universe might say like, here, look at this, and how do you respond to it? So it's like a very, very beautiful dance if we let it be. But sometimes, yeah, we're programmed into like, you need to have a 5-year plan, you need to know every single thing. And like the need to know and to control life, like that's just kind of like a survival strategy, a way for us to be safe. That of course it's not necessarily, I'm not gonna say it's like bad, but like in balance it shuts down like possibilities and keeps life rigid, um and not magical. And there is so much magic if we let ourselves be open to it. Okay, so yeah, so let's do a tapping on trusting the universe, and we'll also do some data downloads. So if you don't know about tapping, check out my intro to EFT tapping video on my YouTube. So we're gonna get straight into it. If it doesn't, just feel free to tweak whatever doesn't resonate with you. Okay. So even though I do believe in a higher power, sometimes it feels really abstract and I don't really know how it's working in my life. And certainly it doesn't necessarily feel like I can like rely on it and trust it 100% just because it feels so abstract. It feels nebulous. And sometimes I've had like really shitty things go down in my life. And in this situation, how can I say that there is like something looking out for me that has my back? It feels very hard to trust or to believe that there is something out there. I find it hard to let go of needing to know and needing to control circumstances because I just don't trust that things will work out for me all the time necessarily. Even though sometimes I'm uncertain and I don't know how things will go, and I find it hard to trust in the bigger picture sometimes, I deeply and completely love, accept, and forgive myself. Even though I find it hard to believe or trust in the universe, and I get caught up in fear and uncertainty, a part of me knows that that's not the full story, and that if I really tune into myself, I know that there's always been a deeper guiding force in my life. Things that, seemed really bad at the time, if I look at it in a bigger context, I know it's ultimately serving me. Maybe I don't believe that quite yet, but I'm willing to entertain it. I'm willing to be open to the bigger picture of my life rather than be caught in a defeating narrative. And I have had moments in my life where miraculous things have happened, things coming through at the last minute, things I couldn't have believed. Even if I can't remember, if I think about it, I know I can come up with these moments. So I'm willing to let go of doubt, mistrust, uncertainty about if, you know, the divine has my back. Replace it with trust and knowingness that the universe, God, source, spirit, Allah, 100% has my back. If I just allow the support to come through and not get in my own way, I know that it will come through for me. If I just tune into that knowingness, I will know what the next step forward is. I'm going to let go of doubt, uncertainty, and fear and replace it with a commitment to be a co-creative partner with the universe, to let it show me its dance moves, let myself be surprised, let myself open up to possibilities that I never even knew would be possible. I'm releasing a lack of trust in life and replacing it with the willingness to dance with life. Because I deeply and completely love, accept, and forgive myself. I'm ready to live my divine purpose and to tune into that inner knowing, to tune into the bigger picture, and also to tune into my power. I'm not just a passive entity in my life, victim to whatever's going on. I'm fucking powerful. And I'm ready to co create with the universe as a divine equal and to create some literal magic because I deeply and completely love, accept, and forgive myself. I'm ready to trust life, trust source, divine, God, goddess, the earth, and I'm ready to be a co-creative partner with the divine and to let magic unfold because I deeply and completely love, accept, and forgive myself. Okay, so now for some data downloads. By the way, if you don't have water, it's always good to have water for EFT and for theta downloads. Helps the energy move through. So for theta downloads, yeah, it's you have to believe in a higher power for them to work. And after I say each download, what you need to do is to just say yes, and it'll be downloaded for you. In some cases, you might have some personal resistance to there's a bus in the background. So in some cases, you might have some personal resistance to some of the downloads. So that just requires some unpacking. You'll be able to feel it if you tune into yourself. If a download did not go through for you because of resistance, like you might just feel like something come up, like, oh, like I don't believe this though, or like or you might feel like in your body like something didn't settle, or like there's different ways you can feel something didn't go through for you. So especially with these downloads, they're all about like the divine, and a lot of us have a lot of baggage around the divine because programming. So just keep that in mind, like, and you can always work with a practitioner to unpack, like, if you do feel resistance. You can work with me or a lot of other awesome practitioners out there. So yeah, data downloads. So I know how to trust the universe. If you'd like to download that, just say yes. It is possible to trust the universe. It is safe to trust the universe. Or also, you can sub in universe for whatever resonates with you, by the way. I know how it feels to trust in the divine. The divine has my back. I know how it feels for the divine to have my back. It is safe to receive support. It is possible to receive support. I know how it feels to receive support. I know how to be a co-creative partner with the divine. I know how it feels to be a co-creative partner with the divine. It is safe to be a co-creative partner with the divine. I already do this now. It is safe to trust life. I know how to trust life. I know how it feels to trust life. I do this now. I trust myself. I know how to trust myself. I know how it feels to trust myself. Live my day-to-day life trusting myself. I do this now. I know how to flow with life. It is possible to flow with life. I live my day-to-day life flowing with life. I know how it feels to flow with life. And I do this now. Let me just see if there's anything else I want to download there. Oh yes, okay. Releasing any ideas. I'm going to go to hell. I'm a sinner. God is punishing me. God has betrayed me. Releasing all of that and replacing it with unconditional love. And downloading the true definition of God, goddess, source, the divine, and matching it with your existing definition. Okay, thank you so much for tuning into this video. If you have any requests for a video, I'm always open to hearing them, so feel free to comment. If you're watching this on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, just comment below or DM me. And if you're interested in diving deeper into this topic, we can always work one-on-one. So yeah, you can also just DM me, or on my YouTube, there's a link below. So I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. And yeah, blessings. Goodbye.